one of the, one of the many gifts that came out of living there in a Balinese family compound with Yuli is that we got to really experience the real Bali, like experience the real culture, all of its beauty, all of its magic, and a lot of the shadow, And so my intention right now is to give people kind of a rare glimpse, into a part of Bali that most tourists don't see, right? So if you don't know Bali, not necessarily Indonesia, because Indonesia is huge and there's like 17,000 islands and 10,000 different cultures, but Bali is the only island that's Hindu, actually. And we all know about the temples, we all know about the magic, but maybe what some of us don't know is that it's a patriarchal society. Maybe you can share with everyone, what does that mean in Bali to be in a patriarchal society?
Okay, good morning, sister. Thank you so much for having me here. So, Om Swastiastu, I'm Yuli here. I want to sharing about the patriarchy society in Bali, yes. And then I want to telling you all about the man in Bali. So man in Bali is power holder in a family. And then the man in Bali have a privilege. So big privilege in Bali, yeah. And then I want to telling you all and your sister too, the old thinking, it's make me so sad. Because the old thinking telling us have three categories of the woman imperfect.
Can you say that last part one more time? The part that makes...
the old thinking make me so sad because they have three categories.
Three categories.
Yes, three categories of the woman imperfect. Yeah. The first is unmarried woman, right?
Okay.
The second one is who no have kids.
Okay.
The third one is who no have a son, because the patrilineal. So if you don't have a son, so you don't have a hair or tasted for the continue your generation. It was so sad, right?
Yeah. So just to repeat what you just said. So there's three categories of what is considered an imperfect woman. It makes me sad just to hear that a society has categories for imperfect women, right? And so the first is to be unmarried. If you're not married, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
The second is if you don't have children, then there's something wrong with you. And then if you don't have a son, I didn't hear you say this, but I've heard you say this before, basically in Bali, the man is king.
Yeah. Yes, the man is king, and the men in Bali have a really big privilege about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I hear Balinese women say, in my next life, I hope to be reincarnated as a man.
Yes, sure. Me too. I want to be like, yes. And then if you don't have a son, that's okay too if you have a daughter, right? But yes, the old thinking really make us sad because you must have a son. Even you have already three daughter, just try again. Maybe for your fourth kids, it will be son, it will be man, something like that. It was so sad about that, right?
Yeah. Even though you have met the requirements of being a perfect woman in Bali, just because I know you're my sister, it's really interesting to see, though, still how stressful life can be, right? So you are married, you have the kids, but to perform all of your responsibilities.
So it was so difficult, right? So difficult because when the Balinese woman want to speak up, like, I feel so tired, the example like that, you will be have a label like a talkative woman or pushy woman or annoying woman because like you too much to speak up, because that I always telling you like the silent is gold in Bali. Yes, because
Silence is gold. The man is
yeah,
king and silence
yeah,
is gold.
silence is
Yeah,
gold in Bali, right?
yeah,
And then the common law in Bali so strong, and they're telling you never ever have a custody of your kids because the patrilineal said like that, right?
yes. Thank you for bringing this up, Yuli. This is a really big point, you all. So this broke my heart the first time I learned about this, because there are, domestic abuse is a big thing here, where women get abused physically,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally, and maybe even the kids too. But nobody talks about it, right? You cannot talk about this.
No, no.
And if the woman wants to leave the marriage, depending on how they did the marriage, through the banjar, through, there's different ways you can do it, but a lot of the women are actually stuck. So if they leave, if they do get a divorce because they're being abused or they're being cheated on or something like that, because many of the Balinese men, it's socially acceptable for them to have many girlfriends. If they want to leave and they have children, they cannot be with, they basically lose the children.
Yes, true. It was
Yeah.
so sad word that. So we cannot do anything, and we just like continue your life. Thanks God, because like continue your life until you die. It will be like this. Even you are try to so strong, but common law in Bali is so strong, so you never ever get your kids custody of your kids because like a patrilineal is so strong here, right?
Yeah. Oftentimes we see these problems in the world that break our hearts, and obviously, or not obviously, but the question then to ask is, what can we do, right? What can we do? What can we do to help? And what can we do to make a difference? And what we have, and this is kind of how the Saraswati Seva project was born. You know, we cannot, and we're not interested in changing the culture, right? We're not
Yeah.
interested in, that's too big. That's way too
That's
big.
too big. Yeah.
What's missing? What's missing is that most of the women have nowhere to go and talk about
Yeah.
what they're going through, and to get that kind of support, emotional support, mental support, health support, even financial support. So that's one of the biggest things that we've been doing with the Saraswati Seva project, is creating those spaces, right?
Yes, true.
And so, and maybe you can speak to, what the difference has been for you, and maybe, the message for some of the women that you have really been able to extract from the last year or so of being a part of the Saraswati Seva project.
Yes, yes, sure. Thank you so much, sister, for telling me like that. So want to say like thank you so much for NaiAsa Institute and Saraswati Seva projects. The name is the Goddess Brain 9-month program.
Yes.
It was so beautiful, really, sister. So beautiful because you have a, because I can feel when I'm woman in Bali not have a sharing friend without judgment, really. Because if you telling your family, if you telling all of your problem with your mom and your father, it will be hurt them and make them so sad, like more sad than you, right? So in a Goddess Brain, I have a sister in all around the world. Even we not meet, yeah, even we not meet face to face, but I can feel the pure love. I can feel how the good energy to supporting me as a woman in Bali without judgment. Even my English not really good, but they just, it's okay, Yuli. Then the Goddess Brain telling me about the how you can make a journey word in your life and make a 5-year vision. I never doing that, but thank you, sister, for I'm doing that. So my life like okay, my 5-year vision like this one. No, I have okay this way for a good life. And 9-month program, it let you telling you about how the feminine language can helping you at a good time to speak up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, really helping me for make me love myself, know who I am, how make myself make myself more happy, make myself, how can Yuli, how can make you happy, just do it, put myself first, and then happy mom will happy family too. I can find how make me happy, like my life is just more better than before. Thank you so much, Sister Jinju. Nova, thank you so much,
Oh,
NaiAsa Institute, for helping me, and Saraswati Seva project. Thank you so much for take me free to join the class. Really, thank you so much. I'm
oh,
it's
thank
really
you.
helping me in my life. And then I joined the third even in NaiAsa Institute. The name is Neurosomatic Flow Teacher Training Program.
Yes, she's going to be our first Balinese certified neurosomatic flow teacher and
Thank you
facilitator
so much,
to help
sister.
to help to help bring these techniques to help bring about more resilience, right? And to
Yeah.
rewire the nervous system, to restore the nervous system, and to release all of that stress and all of that generational trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and then I want to telling one more. I'm really forgot forget about that in 9 month program, Goddess Brains. Thank you so much for healing my inner child. It's really helpful for me. Really, it's really helpful for me for like healing for my inner child, like make me more confidence. I know it won't be easy to turn this situation into balance, but don't give up about that. Really, it's helping me. Thank you, sister.
Oh my goodness. It's our pleasure, it's our honor. Like, it's our honor to serve, it's our honor to help. And so, thank you. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your trust. That's a really big thing because foreigners come here all the time and, just sometimes don't have the best intentions. And so we're just so honored, and I just feel really emotional right now as you were talking about self-love. Um, because we're talking about a society where the women, in a way, are not free, right? And so this is a message for anyone and everyone watching, a message about the importance of sovereignty. Sovereignty. Because we are all going to find ourselves at one time or another in a situation, in a culture, maybe in a family, maybe in a job where there are going to be certain rules that we are just subject to, that maybe we can't do anything about. The path to sovereignty is self-love. When when a human being can learn to know themselves and to love themselves as the true miraculous expression of the divine and light on this planet, then they are sovereign, right? So we may not be able to change the patriarchy, but there's a lot of women, too many women in Bali and all around the world who have grown up to believe that there's something wrong with them, that they are not worthy, that they are not lovable, right? That they are not valuable part of the society or the world. And so to know that within our program, to witness your journey, Yuli, in really reclaiming your sovereignty through reclaiming that love for yourself, to know you as the brilliant, amazing, beautiful woman that you are. This to me is everything. So thank you for being who you are and saying yes to the path, because this is what inspires and what opens the door of possibility for other women. Yeah, for your daughter, and for other women's daughters, and for other men's daughters. And this is what opens the heart as well of our fellow brothers, of the men, right? when they can feel you standing in your power in that fierce, divine, feminine, compassionate way, they have no choice but to melt and their walls get to come down, and through this work we get to create more connection and harmony. So I love you so much, Yuli.
Love you too, sister.
Yeah, I'm excited about this event. I'm excited for all that's to come. You all, thank you so much for joining into this conversation. And again, if this is something that speaks to your heart, please share it, spread the word about the Saraswati Seva project. Come to our event, the Magic on Earth 222 portal, so we can manifest more of this highest frequency of love on this planet, for ourselves, with each other. And Yuli, thank you. I bow to you. I bow to you, sister. You are the true Kuan Yin.
You too.
Yes, you are. And I look forward to making magic with you on Tuesday and having you and your daughter come in to dance your special dance. And it's going to be so, so beautiful. So beautiful. By the way, it's a free event, everyone. 222.
Yes.
Magic on Earth. The magic is here for all of us. It's here for all of us. And it's asking, and this portal is asking all of us to just rise above the noise, to rise above the drama, and to just come together and to remember who we are as humans, as conscious, loving beings on this planet. So thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Yuli.
so much. My pleasure, sister. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Om Santi 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 Om, as we say.
Om.
Yeah.